So here we are, Lamberis. We made it after what was it, 2.5 hours?
About 3 hours.
110 miles to get here. But we're here, Lamberis. We come to a little campsite, and just over behind me is roughly where we're heading up tomorrow morning. We aim to go up to Snowdon, but we're gonna go up via Crib Goch, which, for those that don't know, look it up. It's the most dangerous mountain route in the whole of the UK. 8 to 10 people die every year attempting it. So yeah, a little bit nervous, but me and the brother are excited for it. It doesn't sink in until you're actually here and you're looking up at the mountains in the clouds. So yeah, we'll roughly park the car up somewhere here and then set up. I'll do a little video of my setup, and Jamie's brought his biffy bag. So yeah, I'll see you then.
I thought these were supposed to look like a pyramid, not a pancake.
Come on. I just wanted to do a quick video of the gear that I brought for today. So as far as the setup for the camping, I went through loads of different tents. I started with one of my dad's old tents that I got after he had passed away. By the time I got it, the waterproofing weren't there. There was no good ventilation in the tent. It was like a cheap sort of tent. But using it, I fell back in love with the outdoors. So I bought myself a Robin Starlight 1, which, I'll be honest, was a great tent. Low profile tent, easy to pitch, a great tent. The only fault that I could find with it was at the ends there was 2 short poles on each end, and you had to screw a certain part of it, but them screws come undone very easily, and I just didn't trust it. And now that was during COVID. So a couple of weeks after buying the Robin Starlight 1, I ended up buying a one Tigris Tangram 2, which is a trekking pole tent. Now, I'll be honest, it was roomy, it was very versatile. You can open up the waterproof part of the tent. If the weather was nice, you could have a nice view if you're out at a lake. It's a great tent, but what I found was trying to set it up in the best of weathers. It was hard, and what it was, you can try your best to tighten it, but the inside sort of part of the tent, the inner, no matter how much you tightened it, it was saggy, and I just didn't like it. It was hard to put up, and even though I had used it 3 times before, it was still hard for me to put it up, and it just lowered the confidence with the tent to the point I wouldn't take it anywhere except somewhere I know is safe and secure, like on a campsite, which I did take it to Wales on a campsite during really bad winds, and I'll be honest, it was enough to make me think I'm not using this again. It's alright for just messing around in the garden with the baby and stuff, but I wouldn't take it out anywhere else. Because of that, I ended up doing a bit of research. I wanted to lighten my gear, so what I ended up doing, I ended up just buying a DD tarp, and what I've done, I literally, if the weather's bad, I set it up as a pyramid, like I showed. I done a quick little video on how to set it up as a pyramid. Yeah, it's literally 2 pegs on one side, on the other side bring the 2 corners in, peg it, trekking pole in the middle. Nice and easy. It took a couple of seconds, well not seconds, but a couple of minutes to get up. You're sheltered on all sides, and it's great. It's lightweight, it compacts small, so if you want to go lightweight, it's perfect for it. The only issue is there's no shelter from the bugs. Like where we're camping tonight, the midges, there's millions of them. Even setting this up, I kept having to wipe my face. So if that's an off-put, then I wouldn't go for this style of thing. It doesn't bother me because what I do is I use a what's it called? What's the name of the brand? I can't remember what the name of the brand is. It's a jungle blanket, but it zips. Basically, it's a jungle blanket, but it zips all the way up, and it's got a bug net. So I literally use the tarp with a sleeping mat and that sleeping bag. It's great for just keeping the bugs off you, but if you're someone who doesn't want to wake up and see spiders on the inside of your tent and all that, it's not for you. Personally, it doesn't bother me. So if it's not meant to be windy, raining, all that, you can set this tarp up in a way it's shaped like a tent, with the whole of the front open, so you could have a nice view. But me being a bit silly, I only packed 3 pegs, so this is the only way I could set it up. So along with that, what I use, like I said, DD Hammock's self-inflating mat. It's a mummy shaped, which doesn't bother me because I sleep on my side anyway. And what I do, I get this out my bag. Jamie?
Yeah, the snake.
I basically get this out my bag, undo the valve, so as I'm setting up the top, this is already inflating. So along with the top, the sleeping mat, I use the jungle blanket, like I stated. It's not winter condition type of sleeping bag, it's more summer. The good thing is, in the really hot weather, you can open it out as a big blanket, so it's good for that. In sort of bad weather, you can zip it fully up, you've got a sleeping bag. But in the winter, it's not warm enough. What I normally do is, I've got an what's it called? My mind's gone blank. I've got it's like another sleeping bag that you can put inside this. What I also do, I bring a spare t-shirt, a spare pair of boxies, spare socks.
I found a slug.
Jamie's found a slug. I bring t-shirt, boxing shorts, socks, just in this little sort of bag. And the reason I use that is it's good to have a fresh pair of socks. If your socks are wet, you can change, the same as a t-shirt. But I also bring spare stuff because I can put this in this bag, and that can also double act as a pillow. Do you know what I mean? So I can use that as a pillow tonight, and the chances are I'll change tomorrow. But I also bring a quick dry towel. I think it's just a cheap one off Amazon, but it's just a cheap dry sort of soft fabric towel, because even though I haven't done it yet, I would love to do it. I want to go I want to jump in one of the lakes, but I'm yet to do it. And the idea is I can use that towel to dry myself off. But yeah, it acts as a pillow, fresh clothes. So that's the complete setup. As far as the cooking side of it, I'm very simple. I've just got this little stove thingy, and they just come out like that, nice and easy, and it just attaches onto your gas canister. Now what I do, I've got this titanium mug, okay, and what I find is a gas canister this size, I can't remember what size it is, but a gas canister this size, I don't know if you can see it, it fits in perfectly into the mug, saving room. But what I found is, when you're washing your mug and stuff, this rim of the bottom sort of stains the bottom of the mug. So I like to keep the gas canister in a separate little plastic food bag, and then that just slots in there like that, nice and neatly. So that's basically the cook system. And I bring a bottle of water. Normally I'll bring like boil, what is it?
Boil in the bag.
Boil in the bag food sachets. You just boil water, throw them in, nice and easy. But I didn't bring any today. The reason I brought that is because I brought a couple of hot chocolates, so that'll do me in maybe later on in the morning, dinner time, up the mountain if it gets a bit cold. Oh, I bought a trekking pole, obviously. I brought a power bank, hot chocolates, what's in here? Toothpaste, toothbrush. What else? Oh, I brought a headlamp as well. There's the power bank. I brought a first aid kit as well. I brought a water filtering thing. I also brought an OS map of Snowdonia. Oh, I have got something to show you. Last night this actually arrived. I don't know if it's any good, but I actually bought myself a little GoPro. I thought if I'm on Crib Goch, I need me hands, but I want to capture the moment. So I actually bought a little GoPro. I'll be honest, I've never used one, but it's just something that I can learn as I go. I also bought a head strap for it. So yeah, I'm excited to test it out, see how it goes. I think that's it really. It's a really minimal gear setup, and that's what I want. I don't want to be carrying around a 65-litre backpack. I want to try and aim for around 40-litre backpack, because that way I can hike in it, I can camp in it, I can carry on hiking in it. But obviously with that, there's things here I wouldn't bring normally. As far as clothing, right, I wanted to touch on the clothing. I'll be honest, you can go camping in any gear. It doesn't matter. I know a lot of people say, oh, you should wear this, you should wear that. Listen, it's the same as your setup. You don't have to spend hundreds or thousands of pounds on your gear. There's plenty of videos on YouTube of people going to Aldi or Lidl and they're spending £100 on everything they take. The cheap gear will get you out. You will have a good time, but you just need to remember, if you pay cheap, your expectations shouldn't be too high, but you can still get out in cheap gear. You don't need the Hilbergs and all this. You can buy a no-name tent and that'll do you for a good night. So it's the same with clothes. You don't need the top brands clothing. There's also a load of videos on YouTube about the layering system, which I won't go into that, but one thing I will say, even cheap gear, that's fine, but materials is very important. You do not want to be wearing jeans and stuff like that. You also don't want to be wearing like cotton t-shirts, and for me that doesn't matter if you're going up a mountain, hiking or camping, because if you sweat, them types of materials absorb the sweat and they are very long to dry out, and you're lugging around the wet clothing, and that's gonna impact your own warmth. What you're better off doing is think of it like going to the gym. You want materials that will soak up the sweat and it's quick to dry it. So this is what I normally wear. I like Montane. It's not the most expensive gear, but it's also not the cheapest. It's a nice middle ground. But the reason I like it is because I could have a pair of Montane pants and they can last me for a very long time. So I can't remember the name of these pants, but the Montane trekking pants. The reason I wanted these, I used to wear a pair of Montane pants called the Montane Terra Nova, I think they were called, and they used to be able to unzip into shorts. But when I come to wanting a new pair of pants, I couldn't find them. So I went for these, and the reason being, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a zip on the thigh. So if your legs get hot, you can just open that zip. That's literally the reason I got them. As far as footwear, what I will say is, yeah, you can go up the mountains in trainees. I've seen loads of people doing it, but I would say the best footwear will either be trail shoes, like hiking shoes, or hiking boots with a good ankle support. Now, like I say, you can go up in trainees. It's just everything is trying to minimize the risk of accidents. So for me personally, I go for the boots with the bit of support there. I'll just wear like a long sleeved, like thin base layer, okay, and all the base layers should be like a synthetic type of material where it absorbs the sweat and it's quick to dry. Now personally, with the base layers, I go for a smaller size so it's tighter, so it absorbs the sweat better. Even though I've got a montane one now, you can get sports t-shirts from Primark. You can get them really cheap. Then I'll have like a fleecy sort of hoodie, because I used to like normal fleeces, but I like the extra warmth of a hood if needed. So I wear this, and then I've also got a montane windproof jacket as well. As far as the windproof jacket, there's loads of different options. There's your down jackets and all this. Listen, it doesn't matter. As long as you got a nice warm jacket, it keeps the wind off you. It doesn't matter. And you can say, oh, that won't be as effective if it's wet, if it's raining, whatever. But you should always have a waterproof jacket anyway that you can just throw over it. So it doesn't matter. Basically what I'm saying is, don't get caught up on the gear, right? Because I done it. I spent the whole of lockdown debating what gear to get, and before I know it, months and months have passed and I still have not left the house. So don't dwell on it, because even like me, I went from my dad's little tent. I then went for a low profile Robin's tent. I then changed my mind and I wanted a trekking pole tent. I changed my mind again and went for a tarp minimal setup. And I've also been looking at a total different tent now called the Norn tent Firm 1, I think it's called. I can't remember the name of the company, but the tent's called the Firm 1. So my gear list is changing again, because what I'm thinking is this will do nice in the summer, but I'm aiming to get out a lot more up into the mountains, and this, even though it does for the summer, I don't feel comfortable in the winter in the mountains. So I'm going to keep this set up for the summer, but my gear will change for the mountains. So don't get caught up on the gear, because the chances are you'll change it. Do you know what I mean? What I will say is, give everything a try. Try your trekking pole tents, try your tarp camping, try your normal tent camping, because it's not until you try everything until you'll find what suits you best and what you love. Like for me, it's not just about camping. I like the hiking. I like getting to where I'm going as well. So I like the minimal gear setup, because I'm carrying what I'm using. So for me, this works perfectly. The only thing I've not tried, which I do want to try, is hammock camping. So that's something I want to try, because who knows, I might love that. So just stop worrying about gear, try different things. Don't go really expensive right away. It's no good buying a really expensive tent if down the line you want to swap your setup completely, because I've done it. A Robin Starlight 1 back then for me was expensive, and then I sold it and ended up with a trekking pole tent, which I've still got. Me and the baby were camping in the garden a couple of nights ago with it, so I've still got that. I might keep it for if we ever go to the little campsite, just me and her. But yeah, I had the trekking pole tent, then I went to this, and now I'm also looking at the Firm 1. So don't get caught up on gear. Try different things. Don't worry about the prices and all that. Go cheap. Even your clothing, go cheap. Buy a base layer from Primark. Buy a cheap fleece. Buy a nice waterproof or windproof jacket, you're good to go. Just, if you're going in the mountains, remember, trail runners or walking boots. Don't go up the mountains in your knife, bloody whatever it may be, because it's not worth the risk. So, you know, look at what you're doing, think what's best for that. Apart from that, I brought a nice hat, a nice warm hat. I also bought a pair of gloves and a neck warmer, which I shouldn't need it, but it's always best to be prepared just in case. Yeah, so that's the gear I bought. I don't know if that's interesting or not. I just wanted to show it. So what I'll more likely do, I'll bring the video back once we're at the start of the route up to Snowdon via Crib Goch. I am a bit nervous, but hopefully we'll be alright. Jamie,
Yeah,
are you excited for Crib Goch?
I'm a snake.
He's a snake. Can I show the people your setup?
I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll show you my brother's setup before we go. Jamie is in the bivvy, which that's something else I've never tried.
Bivvy's goated.
I don't understand how you're meant to get in it when you're soaking wet. But yeah, it's something I've never tried. But I don't know whether you can see this. Somewhere up there is Crib Goch, where we're going in the morning. There's just mountains everywhere. It's a lovely little campsite right on the edge of Llanberis. The ground's nice and flat.
I'm a snake.
Jamie's caterpillar.
Snake.
So yeah, right, I'll bring you back in the morning when I'm ready to go. Okay, I've got to be honest, I weren't expecting that. The pole has just collapsed. The wind's really picked up now, and the pole collapsed right when I was about to nod off to sleep. So I've stuck it back up, tried to prop it up, but yeah, that's not good. The pole is as high as it can go up here, but the wind's just moving this tarp around too much, to the point I don't feel right now. I weren't expecting that, to be honest, but you know, these things happen. If it keeps falling, I don't really know what to do. I hope no spiders have got in the sleeping bag while it's open. I think that firm 110 looks even more tasty now. Yeah, so it's currently 4 minutes to 2 in the morning. I've struggled to sleep. Yeah, it's just made me want a proper tent again now. I weren't expecting that. Normally this pyramid setup's normally strong. I don't know how strong the wind is, but yeah, at least I know now I can't rely on this. These things happen, we learn from it. But I wanted a good little sleep because we're literally doing Crib Goch in the morning. I don't want to be doing that tired. Okay, I've just got out. I just moved the pegs as much as I can to tighten the structure of it. what I noticed is the pole had been digging into the ground a bit, which sunk the pole. It looks okay, so I might just get back in the sleeping bag, try and sleep, see how it goes. It's now 3:20 in the morning. I had the idea of propping that side of the top, the side that was getting hit the most by the wind. I used my tripod just to prop it up a bit, just to give it a bit more support. I feel like that trekking pole has moved a little bit. It's now leaning. In other news, Jamie has abandoned camp in this bivvy. I heard him getting into the car. The thing about this bivvy is it doesn't fully zip up where the face is. So I think maybe the rain was getting in, because it started raining quite bad there. I wonder how long it'll be before I join him and we both have to sit it in the car. Oh well, for now I'm surviving. Will it last? Will it sleep? I doubt it, but we'll try. I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. Oh, what a glorious feeling I'm having again. It's raining, man. Hallelujah, it's raining, man. When the rainbow's above forever, told you I'll be together. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Hello, hello. I'm having such a good time. I'm having the ball. Don't stop the rain. I'm having such a good time. Just give me go. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. When you're camping in the rain and you're tired, oh, you start to feel the strain. But don't let it get you down, 'cause you're having such a good time. Even with a frown, don't stop me now. I spy with my little eye something beginning with R. Yeah, rain, you got it. Alright, here's another one. I spy with my little eye something beginning with R. Yeah, rain. You know, in times like this, you've got to look at the positives. It's good for the crops. You know, I could be lying here in my sleeping bag. Can't breathe because it keeps folding over my face. I can't sleep because of the slight drizzle at the minute. But you know what? You can't moan, because I've only just thought of something there. Do you know who you should feel sorry for? All the sheep. Imagine their woolly coats being drenched. Imagine how heavy that must get. Do you know what? I literally said to Jamie earlier on, how the hell did the sheep get up to the top of the mountains? And I've just answered that question there. Their leg muscles are like no other, because they're holding that heavy coat of wool because of the rain, and it's given them godlike legs, so they can skip up the mountains. So yeah, I feel sorry for the sheep just stood out there in the rain. So yeah, you can't be selfish. I wonder if that slug Jamie found earlier is still going. They don't move very fast, and it's probably in one of the streams right now, finding its way to Lynn Padon, or whatever the Lynn's called. God bless you. Okay, it's now 4:20 in the morning. Still no sleep. It's starting to get lighter outside. I don't know whether you can see that. The rain's died off. It's just like the last drizzles now. But I feel like Crib Goch may be a trip we have to come back to, because you've got to think about it seriously. The deadliest mountain in the UK, the most dangerous mountain where people have lost their life, and to do that with no sleep, with a downpour like that, it's gonna be slippy up there. I feel like that's not a smart decision. I have 2 babies at home, and I don't want them to lose their dad over a silly decision for the sake of what? Achieving Crib Goch. I also don't want to risk my brother doing it. If anything was to happen to him, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I feel like I need to take the responsibility and say no. We can always come back another time, but no matter what, I'm still gonna post this because I want to show that things don't always go to plan. You know, sometimes your shelter fails you, sometimes the weather turns bad, but you know what, at least we got out, at least we give it a go. And even bad experiences can be good because you can learn stuff from them. Like I now know the tarp, even though it served me well many times, it's just not something I can rely on anymore. Like once one bad experience happens, your confidence goes. I don't understand it, to be honest. I've had this in strong winds in this pyramid configuration, and it's done well. I don't even feel like the wind was as heavy as what I've had it out in. I don't know, maybe all the winds was just hitting this one side, I'm not sure. But like I say, turn the bad into good, learn from it. I will be ordering the firm one, just go back to tent camping. I know tents can fail, but a tent would not have failed in that wind. The firm one looks a good stable tent. To be honest, I never really watched anyone that camps the way I do, with the tarp like this and just a jungle blanket with a bug net over. So I tried it myself and I thought this was my way, but no, I'm going back to the tent. It's guttering, because like, not only have I told so many people I was going to do Crib Goch, but it's been on my bucket list for many years now. But you know, live to try it another day. I want to just say as well, I've got a little idea. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got tattoos. But all my tattoos are like memorials. Like, I've got a swallow. Right, why can I? Right, I've got a swallow on my left hand. That was for me granddad, who passed away. We went up Snowdon. He was 74. He had cancer in his legs. Made it halfway up Snowdon in the Lambertus path and couldn't go on, which that's a massive achievement anyway for a man of that age with cancer in his legs, halfway up Wales' tallest mountain. But we went up there on one of my birthdays, and that was the last birthday I had with him. He died a few months after. So he had the same tattoo of the swallow on his left hand, so I got it. I've got R.I.P. Dad on me forearm, because my biological dad died of cancer when I was 19, so I got that for him. And I've also got a moth on my right hand for my, you would call him a stepdad, but to me he was a dad. He raised me from when I was 1, and he died roughly 7, maybe 7, yeah, I want to say 7 years ago. He went to the hospital with complaints in the stomach, and they just put it down as constipation. And he was saying, I'm a grown man, I know my body, it's not constipation. And he ended up dying, and then I was on my hands and knees trying to do CPR in front of my younger brothers and sisters, trying to bring him back, and it didn't work. And it turns out he had an abscess in his stomach and it had burst. The hospital should have done tests that would have found it if they would have done that test, but instead they just palmed him off. Later, there was a court case, and the NHS got found. It turned out the NHS in the hospital had neglected him, so it cost him his life. So I got the moth for him, because his favourite band was a band called Talk Talk, and their albums were moths. Anyway, so I've also got a tattoo of one of me old dogs on my leg, who was like my best friend at one point. But yeah, all my tattoos, they're like memorials, they're like rest in peace type of thing. So I want to get a tattoo that's a good thing. And what I'm thinking is, on this forearm, half roughly, if the light will pick it up, somewhere close to my elbow, half a castle. I'm thinking of the one at Lambertus, the little tower. By me wrist, have like some type of waterfall, and then through the middle of the forearm, I want to get a load of outlines of different mountains that I've been up, and when it's complete it'll be like a skyline of just mountains that I've done. So I can add Snowdon. I'll start with Snowdon. I'll add Glider Fach, Glider Foul as well, and then when I come back to do Crib Goch, I'll add that onto the Snowdon bit, just to say I've done it. Even though that's the same mountain, it's Snowdon, it's just a different route up. I feel like Crib Goch earns its own place anyway. And then I want to do Trefan, Garn. There's a load of mountains I want to do. There's also Ben Nevis in Scotland and Scafell Pike in England. So when I conquer a mountain, I'm gonna add it onto the forearm. So that way I've got a tattoo where it's something that I love. I can even add a little lake in it, a little tent. It's something that I love, and when I look at my arm, instead of looking at rest in pieces, I can look at achievements, and it'll give me a drive to do more mountains. So yeah, I don't know why I brought that up. It's just I'm just sat here now, just waiting till Jamie wakes up and then figure out the plan. But yeah, at least then I've got a tattoo. That's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's now a case of just let Jamie off asleep, and then once the sun's up properly, pack away, maybe drive back. Unless there's something we can do during the day that I can do on no sleep. But I am tired, to be fair. So I don't know. I'll bring you back when I know what we're doing. Give you an update. So after not sleeping much last night, constant rain all night, we decided this morning Crib Goch was a no-go. Thankfully Jamie agreed. We were gonna head home, but we thought, you know what, we're here, let's do something else. So I decided to bring him to my arch enemy, the Gliders. We're not actually going to do the Gliders though. Instead we're going to go up a mountain I haven't done before, Garn. So yeah, there's the Lynn. Devil's Kitchen, where we're going to be heading up. Now, you might have seen my last video. I come up Devil's Kitchen a couple of weeks ago and my partner slipped, hurt her ankle. So hopefully today no incidents. It's very misty up there, but the sun does want to come out, so hopefully the weather gets better. I just want to say, that crack in the rock there, I watched a video of a man who, I can't remember his name, but he climbed up that crack and over that ridge with no ropes. He ended up in a bit of trouble. Thankfully he got back down with the help of some people, but doing that with no ropes, each to their own, in my opinion. You're a crazy bastard. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful. What else could we have done? Just packed up and went home. I've booked this weekend off work. Let's just make the most of a shit situation. So yeah, I've been up the Gliders twice before. So we thought we'll turn off after Devil's Kitchen and head up Garn. Never done it before, but it's another mountain I can tick off my list, and possibly another tattoo. So yeah, nice little walk. Thank you, mate. See ya at Devil's Kitchen. Just make sure you've got good footing.
Yes, Master Tony.
I've got a confession. That's not the way up.
What do you mean?
That's not the way up.
Well, I did it anyway.
I'm only messing. It is. So, we're nearly at the top of Devil's Kitchen. We've got a wildlife expert here who has come across a very rare Welsh berry. You, Jamie.
The gist of it is, if the berries are brown, you won't find them in town, and these berries are pristine. They have so much nutritional value in them, but you've got to be careful to not overdose. I'm so amazed that we found this today. This is so rare, especially up at this altitude.
Right, me and Jamie have done Devil's Kitchen. My phone ran out of battery, so I couldn't record the top. But Jamie took a picture. I'll get him to send me it when we're back. We come up Devil's Kitchen. Finally decided I'm not going up the Gliders again. I can't be bothered. I've done it twice before. The first time my brother had to get rescued, nearly snapped his neck.
Not this one.
His leg, sorry. It's a couple of weeks ago, went up there with my partner. She smashed her ankle on Devil's Kitchen. So it was a struggle up there again. So my arch enemy, the Gliders, I'm not doing that again. So I'll just turn the camera. So we come down around here. There's the screeby leading up to the Gliders. Okay, there's the lake. I can't remember what the lynn's called, and I can't be bothered getting my map out. But where we go, you come up Devil's Kitchen, you've got the Glider Scree on your left, but if you come to the right, there's a path, a clear path, and you just follow it all the way up to Garn. Okay, so that's the plan. Oh, he nearly went. Easy work. Okay, so I've just switched to the GoPro just to test it out. I don't know how good the audio will be, but I'm more using it for the video. We've just come from down there, the Lynn down there, and we're heading up to Garn up there. This bit doesn't look too tasty. there's the peak, just up there. There's a little bit of a queue, people taking pictures up there. So we just had a little 5 minutes, but we're gonna walk up there now. I just recorded a little bit of footage with the GoPro just to test it out. The microphone sounds terrible when I'm playing it back on this. It might be different on the computer, I don't know, but I just wanted to capture the video, not the audio anyway, so I'm not fussed. So yeah, we're gonna head up to the peak, and that's why Garn ticked off. We're gonna head down a different path, not Devil's Kitchen. We're gonna try and find another path north, back down into Ogwen Valley where we parked. There we are. Garn ticked off. Amazing view. You can see that rock there, that rock there. 360. Yeah, there's not much to look at, but you know what? It's another peak ticked off for me. It's another one for Jamie. That's the Glidders done, Snowdon done, Garn done. As far as around here, there's Trefan. There's a couple of other ones I want to do. Okay, the path disappeared up there. We've come to this bit where there's no path, but my common sense is telling me head lower down. As long as you're heading down, you should be getting there. Whether it goes to a path again or it's just a straight ridge line down, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We're heading down the north side of Garn. But it's like loose rocks. Jamie's just nearly went and I got that on camera. Up there, the path was quite narrow, so we weren't sure whether that was the right path. We had a quick look at the map. It looked right. Jamie's gone again. It's quite steep, this, to be fair. It's slippy, obviously, it's been raining. So yeah, just be careful if you do this, and it's been raining especially. But this should take us down to Ogwen Valley. It's just slippy, loose rock, to be honest, but quite steep, and you've got a bit of a slope that side. So yeah, just watch your footing. We didn't do Crib Goch, but this is the next thing. The camera doesn't do it justice. That is steep, and then it's just a cliff face there, and then that side a big slope. Cameras just don't do these things justice. It's not until you're here doing it that it sinks in. But yeah, that's it. Okay, Garn's just had an update. It improved the render distance. We've now got a view of the lake there and the path. So it's just a case of, where are we? Head down this ridge line a bit more, connect to where is it there? A path, and head down to the lake. The end's in sight.
Here we have Tony with his exceptionally large member that he uses to attract all the sheep in Wales. Go on, Tony, give us a stroke for us. I meant the fucking rock, not the sheep.
Nearly down now. Probably can't see it, the car park's down there. It's just this little path. This path is just like a load of rocks. Why can't I get that?
No fucking way, there's rock.
There we go. It's like just a load of rocks or steps all the way down at the end. I just want to say, in my opinion, this is a better mountain than Snowdon. Snowdon's very much for the tourist now. It doesn't even really feel like a mountain. It's the highest, but for me personally, I like a bit of a climb. I like rugged terrain. It makes it feel more natural. And Snowdon is just more of a tourist trap. What I will say is, if you like the more mountain experience, mountain walks, do Garn. The views are amazing. There's plenty of lakes. In my opinion, it's a better mountain to do. But if you want an easier option, just do Lambetta's Path, Snowdon. But yeah, I'm not going to record anything else now, because we're going to have a little rest, have some snacks, bit of water, and then get down to the car. We should be back down there in 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. So there's not much to see. Still a lovely view, nice and peaceful. We've had most of the journey on our own. We did bump into a group of people at the summit, and they asked if I would take a picture of the group, and I said yeah, and then she called me Sugar Plum, which I didn't know how to respond to that. I've never been called that in my life, but she was an older woman. She seemed like a lovely woman. Yeah, but they were the only group, apart from a fella at the top of Devil's Kitchen who I've been climbing. So yeah, it's less popular than Snowdon, obviously, so it's a lot more peaceful. You just feel in touch with nature more doing this mountain. So yeah, I just want to say, even though things didn't go to plan, instead of going back home, we made a day of it, and to be honest, I'm thankful we did. Devil's Kitchen ticked off again. A brand new mountain peak, Garn, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice, it's been a lovely walk. No accidents as well, which is always a bonus. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you've watched this video, thank you for watching. If you like this sort of thing, consider liking, subscribing, whatever, or follow. I aim to get out a lot more, but for now I just want a couple of weeks break. But also, I also go out for little day walks and stuff as well, more local stuff. If you're interested in that, follow me on Instagram at tony.mansell. That's where I share most of my pictures of gear and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to try and get more into this whole recording aspect of it, because I've recently, I normally just like to get out. I don't worry about recording and stuff, but now I feel like I want to record the memories, and if I can share them with other people, good. Do you know what I mean? And I'll give my advice along the way, little things I do, and if you can take from that, so be it. But yeah, I'm not a mountaineer at any expense. You know, I'm just someone who loves the outdoors. I love getting out. It brings me a bit of peace, helps me clear my mind, and I know they're trying to stop the whole camping and stuff like that. I can see both sides of it, because even me and my brother, when going up Devil's Kitchen, we did see a couple of campers not far from the path, and it's like, go out of sight. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? But I can see both sides, but I hate to see a future where our freedoms are taken away. They're trying to stop our freedom of speech. You can't say anything now without offending someone and all that. And they're trying to take our right to walk and camp on the land we live on. So hopefully people start realising what they're doing. Stop leaving rubbish. Stop leaving your tent anywhere. Stop having bright lights. Stop wearing bright red, yellow clothing. I know it's good in an emergency to be spotted, but I feel like it depends on what you're doing. If you're camping, wear green, black, you know what I mean? Blend in as much as you can. Stop being an eyesore. Like, right, I am far from that path. If I zoom in, I doubt the camera will pick it up, but I've just spotted that person there very easily all the way out here. So that just shows the red coats, the yellow coats, the white coats. Leave it at home if you're camping. You know, wear your green, your brown, your black, dark clothes. Stay away from the paths. Be out of sight of the local paths. No bright lights, no loud music. Don't leave rubbish. Leave it how it was when you got there. You know, respect it, because people like me love this, and idiots are ruining it. You know, so yeah. Right, that's going to be the end of this whole video and the day's experience. 10 out of 10. Jamie, any last words?
I'm a snake.
He's a snake. I did ask him off camera, and he did say he's enjoyed it as well, so that's good. Good experience with the brother, a memory, no accidents. What, Garn ticked off. See you next time.